Is the book getting funnier or am I getting drunker? Tune in to find out. I don't have any intro music yet, so just pretend it's here. A great big hello to everyone watching this. I am alliebeemac and I have a confession to make. It's a secret that I have buried deep down inside of my soul, and recent events have caused it to surface once again. When I was a young girl, about 13 or 14, I was a twihard. I know, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Like many a tween, I went through a hardcore Twilight phase, reading the books over and over, going online, and arguing about who the best ship was, etc. By the time I got to high school, I had outgrown it, but if I'm being honest, I probably just overcorrected a little bit. There is something I want to address. I don't hate Twilight fans. I don't hate Stephenie Meyer. I feel like the hate for the community itself was like really overly aggressive and overblown, and I was a huge part of the problem. A great video on this by Lindsay Ellis is called Dear Stephenie Meyer, and I highly recommend you check it out. This video is going to be nonstop making fun of Twilight, but it is all in good fun. I thought I could take my Twilight phase and bury it deep down where it would never be discovered and I would never have to talk about it again. Then 2020 happened. Something awoke in the collective unconscious. Twilight was trending again. I'm seeing TikToks about it. I'm seeing memes. I'm seeing tweets. I can't escape Twilight. Everywhere I look, there's another Twilight reference. There's another Twilight meme. I went 10 years without seeing anything, and now all of a sudden I can't escape it. This is due to two factors. The first one being that Stephenie Meyer is releasing a new book. It's the same story, but from Edward's point of view. The first chapter of which was leaked basically a decade ago, so it's been a long time coming. The second factor is quarantine, which is a side effect I could not have predicted. From what I understand, it's because everything is so stressful and overwhelming right now that people are regressing a little bit and watching forms of media that used to make them happy when they were a kid, and Twilight is a huge part of that. This entire quarantine, I've been fighting the urge to do something self-destructive, like mildly self-destructive, not seriously harmful, just like give myself some ugly bangs or shave my head. You know what is still kind of self-harmy but not actually damaging? Forcing myself to look at Twilight all over again. So here we are. And since I'm an adult, I can drink while I do it. It's like a Snapchat filter. Back in my day, we didn't have any of your fancy Snapchat filters. We just looked at each other through wine bottles and we liked it. And I have my handy dandy only wine glass that I own that's one of those novelty ones that's supposed to hold an entire bottle, so this'll be fun. Why aren't you penetrating the It's not. No, I stand by that. Why aren't you penetrating the cork? What's wrong with you? Look at how happy he is. Oh, he's just so excited to give me wine. Thank you, friend. Perfection. This is actually heavy. This bit is my arms are weak. Like, look, literally my arm is shaking. I can't. My arm is too weak. I'm gonna spill it on my keyboard. Okay. Hello. You gotta let it aerate, you know? You gotta let it aerate. Yeah, that is a $12 bottle of Moscato right there, kids. Quality. Delicious. Let's get into it. Actually, I want to drink a little bit before we, like, get into it. So just... The problem with a giant glass is that I feel like I just chugged a whole normal glass of wine, but there's still wine left in this one. So it's like, do I keep drinking? Yes. Let's get into it. I'm going to be reading this off a PDF because I don't own a physical copy of this book anymore, but depending on how much you guys like this video, maybe I'll invest an entire $7 so I can hold it in my hand again. The book opens with a Bible quote, apparently, which I did not remember. Stephenie Meyer is Mormon, but I other than like the weird focus on virginity, I don't remember it playing that much of a part, but apparently it opens with a Bible quote, so, "But of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die, Listen. Genesis 2:17. I'm not going to fact check that. I'm just going to trust that that's correct. I have to say, if you're like a devout religious person, this is a bad analogy because, like, supposedly biting the apple is bad, right? Oh, no, you didn't listen to God. Oh, naughty. You didn't listen to God. But, like, spoiler alert for the series, Bella becomes a vampire and is happy, like, at the end. So in the end, knowledge is good. I mean, that's the side that I am on. I am fully on, yes, knowledge. The idea of someone saying that, no, you can't have knowledge just because I said it isn't my favorite thing in the world. So that's the side I'm on. I'm just surprised that Stephenie Meyer, a devout Mormon, is on that side. So anyways, let's move on to the preface. So here is the first official sentence of the book, and what will it grace us with? I'd never given much thought to how I would die, though I'd had enough reason in the last few months, but even if I had, I would not have imagined it like this. Strong. Good, strong opening. I love that for you. Oh man, this really influenced my 12-year-old writing style. The hunter smiled in a friendly way as he sauntered forward to kill me. Bah, bah, bah! And now there will be no action for the next 50 million chapters. It's the first bit of intrigue, and that's all you're gonna get. Chapter 1. First sight. In the Olympic Peninsula of northwest Washington state, a small town named Forks exists under a near constant cover of clouds. It rains on this inconsequential town more than any other place in the United States of America. She's just regurgitating the Google search results for, like, least cloudy town in the United States. Like, I don't need to know about the Olympic Peninsula. I get it. I also know how to Google. It was to Forks that I now exiled myself. An action that I took with great horror. I detested Forks. I mean, that's fine, Bella, but you're gonna look real stupid eating spaghetti with a spoon. How could I leave my loving, erratic, harebrained mother to fend for herself? Of course, she had Phil now, so the bills would probably get paid. There would be food in the refrigerator, gas in the car, and someone to call her when she got lost, but still. I'm actually feeling a little sorry for Bella, not because she's moving to shitty Forks, Washington, but because her mom sucks. Like, her mom sucks. You can come home whenever you want. I'll come back as soon as you need me. But I could see the sacrifice in her eyes behind the promise. Don't worry about me, I urged. It'll be great. Love you, Mom. She hugged me tightly for a minute, and then I got on the plane, and she was gone. Girl, like, this is a lot. I feel like Bella is doing, like, I get her whole thing is she's, like, so noble. She loves to sacrifice herself, sacrifice. But, like, it's like, your mom loves you. She wants you with her. It seems like your mom likes you, and you're just doing this because you just love to sacrifice. You know what I mean? Like, you'd love to sacrifice. Like, it's too, like, no one asked you to do this, you know? Like, you're doing this because you enjoy it, because you're a masochist. Honestly, no one wants you to do this.
How are you doing today, Jasmine? But you did this for what? Why not? Why? Why not? Why, though?
It's a 4-hour flight from Phoenix to Seattle, another hour in a small plane up to Port Angeles, and then an hour drive back down to Forks. Flying doesn't bother me. The hour in the car with Charlie, though, I was a little worried about. Stop! I don't care. I don't care about the Google Maps facts. I don't care. This is so, this is so boring already. Okay. This is, okay. When I landed in Port Angeles, is it even Port, or is it Port Angeles? I'm not going to Google it. Stephenie Meyer should have given me that Google information. If she's going to Google everything, she should also have given me the Google pronunciation guide for this place. I'm just unavoidable. I'd already said my goodbyes to the sun. Girl, it's not gone. It's just covered by clouds. Do you have the optic permanence of a baby? Just because you can't see the sun doesn't mean it's not there. It's fine. You know what I have been seeing a lot of are Charlie Thirst videos. And as an adult, like looking at them now, I kind of get it. I had only a few bags. Most of my Arizona clothes were too permeable for Washington. No. 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 That's not. Do you... okay, couple things. First of all, have you heard of layers? Crazy, shocking, I know. Now I'm just picturing her, like, even down to her fucking underwear. It's all waterproof because God forbid it be permeable. What a weird... It's not, like... This is not how clothes... It's fine. It's not how clothes work, but it's fine. I guess she doesn't understand the concept of putting a sweater on over a tank top. I guess that's too difficult a concept for her, but it's fine. He used to go fishing with us during the summer, Charlie prompted. That would explain why I didn't remember him. I do a good job of blocking painful, unnecessary things from my memory. Like fishing? Like fishing with your dad is the worst memory in the... Like your dad is, again, he's not an abusive asshole. He's just awkward and maybe a little negligent. It's just fishing. It's not like your dad beat you. He was trying to spend time with you. And if you don't like fishing, that's fair, but it was fishing was so traumatic that you blocked it from your memory. We stared out the windows in silence. It was beautiful, of course. I couldn't deny that. Everything was green. The trees, their trunks covered with moss, their branches hanging down with a canopy of it. The ground was covered with ferns. Even the air filtered greenly through the leaves. It was too green. An alien planet.
I want dust or bust. Dust or bust. Dust or bust. Dust or bust.
Eventually, we made it to Charlie's. He still lived in the small 2-bedroom house that he'd bought with my mother in the early days of their marriage. Oof. Those are the only kind of days their marriage had, the early ones. God damn, Bella is savage. Jesus Christ. This isn't like the worst opening or anything. I'm just like so incredibly bored. It was nice to be alone, not to have to smile and look pleased, a relief to stare dejectedly out the window at the sheeting rain and just let a few tears escape. I wasn't in the mood to go on a real crying jag. I would save that for bedtime when I would have to think about the coming morning. Okay. First of all, like, I do need to clarify. Again, Bella, your choice. You literally, no one asked you to do this. Your mom loves you and wants you with her. You're just doing this to self-flagellate because maybe you were raised Catholic. I don't know. But Bella saying, I just don't have the fucking energy to cry right now is a huge mood. That is a huge mood. And that is very relatable. Forks High School had a frightening total of only 357, now 58 students. I would be the new girl from a big city, a curiosity, a freak of nature. Me, a pretty white girl, of pretty average, a freak. Maybe if I looked like a girl from Phoenix should, I could work this to my advantage, but physically I'd never fit in anywhere. I should be tan and sporty and blonde, a volleyball player, or a cheerleader perhaps. All the things that go with living in the Valley of the Sun. Everyone? All of them? Everyone? What the were the demographics of Bella's previous high school? I think it'd be a little bit more diverse with 700 students in her class alone. I wonder if Bella's ever seen a black person. Instead, I was ivory-skinned, without even the excuse of blue eyes or red hair, despite the constant sunshine. I didn't realize that being pale required an excuse like your eye color. I had always been slender, but soft somehow. Obviously not an athlete. Soft somehow? It's because you don't exercise. And that's fine. But like, don't act like it's some sort of mystery. It's you don't eat a lot, but you don't work out a lot. And that's fine. That's just a slender butt. That's not that abnormal, I feel like. I didn't have the necessary hand-eye coordination to play sports without humiliating myself and harming both myself and anyone else who stood too close. Luckily, there's a lot of things that you can do that don't require other people, like jogging if you wanted to. I don't work out, so I'm not criticizing you on that front. I'm just saying, like, you could just jog. I looked at my face in the mirror as I brushed through my tangled, damp hair. I haven't read a book like this in so long. I forgot about the obligatory, I look at myself in the mirror and put my brown hair into a bun and look at my big brown orbs, or whatever the I completely forgot about this trope. Ugh, amazing. My skin could be pretty. It was very clear, almost translucent looking, but it all depended on color. I had no color here. Yeah, Bella, I can tell, first of all, but second of all, I think you're misusing the word translucent here. I think Stephenie Meyer just put the word clear into a thesaurus and found the word translucent, because that literally means see-through. That doesn't mean like clear skin. That means that your skin is see-through. And you know what? If I could see through your skin to your like tissues and organs and muscles, yeah, you would be a freak, but that would also be cool as and I feel like like that's definitely not what she meant, but now I'm going to, for the rest of the time, imagine Bella as some sort of like weird person with see-through skin, like a weird muscle person everywhere she goes, and that's why everyone is so fascinated with her. Facing my pallid reflection in the mirror, I was forced to admit that I was lying to myself. It wasn't just physically that I'd never fit in. It wasn't just physically that I never fit in. And if I couldn't find a niche in a school with 3,000 people, what were my chances here? I'm gonna be honest, Bella, that's on you. My high school had 2,000 people, and everyone had someone. Everyone had someone. Unless you were purposefully isolating yourself because you like to self-flagellate. Most of your problems are so completely avoidable, and you bring them on yourself on purpose. I didn't relate well to people my age. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm such an old soul. I'm hashtag not like the other girls. Other girls are stupid. And oh God, 2000s. I feel like the 2000s were the height of that trend. I'm so glad that mostly as a society we've moved on, because that's like super gross and annoying and the worst. And hashtag not like the other girls is an awful trend, but like, it's gonna just prepare yourself mentally. There's a lot of that in this book, as far as I remember. Maybe the truth is I didn't relate to people, period. Even my mother, who I was closer to than any person on the planet, was never in harmony with me, never on the same page. Sometimes I wondered if I was seeing the same things through my eyes that the rest of the world was seeing through theirs. Maybe there's a glitch in my brain. But the cause didn't matter. All that mattered was the effect. And tomorrow would be the beginning. Here's the cool thing about other people, Bella, that like if maybe you weren't looking down on them as like completely different than you could find out. The beauty of talking to other people is that we're different, right? And no one's gonna be the exact same as you, except for an old vampire pedophile dude who we're gonna get to in a minute. Or a while. But like, yeah, dude, the whole point is to talk to people who have experiences and thoughts outside of your own bubble. That's kind of like the point of making friends and interacting with people, is like to open your mind and broaden your horizons. But nope, not for Bella. You know what Bella wants? An echo chamber. And I can respect it. I mean, I don't, but I'm gonna say that I can respect it. My face feels hot. Does anyone else's face feel hot? My eyes are so red. This bodes very well. One of the most boring chapters in literature, and if you've watched this far in the video, then I applaud you. I'm so bored. Breakfast with Charlie was a quiet event. He wished me good luck at school. I thanked him, knowing his hope was wasted. Oh my God. Like, I get it. Bella's a teen, you know, but I'm tired already of her awful attitude. I'm tired of reading it. This isn't compelling. Maybe it's relatable, but it's not compelling. Good luck tended to avoid me. Charlie left first, off to the police station that was his wife and family. Girl, you have no right to talk about Charlie like this. He wants you with him, and because he's going to, just Just because your mother is so, like, unable to function that she probably doesn't leave the house without you, that doesn't mean that Charlie gives more of a shit about his job than he does about you just because he has one. Okay? I feel I'm very defensive of Charlie this time around, and I'm not usually super defensive of father characters. After he left, I sat at the old square oak table in one of the 3 unmatching chairs and examined his small kitchen with its dark paneled walls, bright yellow cabinets, and white linoleum floor. This is what okay, now I am gonna actually criticize Charlie. You're a adult grown-ass man. Get some matching chairs. It's not hard. It's not hard, I feel like, but okay. My mother had painted the cabinets 18 years ago in an attempt to bring some sunshine into the house. Over the small fireplace in the adjoining handkerchief-sized family room was a row of pictures. First, a wedding picture of Charlie and my mom in Las Vegas? Baby boy, no. Charlie, you've been divorced for like a decade. That's so embarrassing. Charlie, no. Charlie, no. Oh, this sucks, man. Oh, God. Could you imagine going into like your divorce? Oh my, like, the idea of one of my parents are divorced, and the idea of one of them having their wedding photo on the wall is so baffling to me. And even if they ended on good terms, I still feel like that's a weird thing to put up in your house, right? Like, and even if you have it, even if you are like sad enough to keep this wedding photo up for 10 years after this woman divorced you, maybe put it away when your daughter's coming over. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's like a private picture that you keep for you. And you look at for the sad times. You don't just keep that out for every single person who visits fucking sees that photo. Do you know why you're still single, Charlie? Because you keep your wedding photo up. Jesus Christ. Then a picture of the 3 of us in the hospital after I was born, taken by a helpful nurse, followed by a procession of my school pictures up to last year's. Those were embarrassing to look at. You know what? The one of her in the hospital with her mom, that's completely fine because they're a family, but the wedding one without her in it is weird to keep. The embarrassing school pictures part does remind me of when I was first in high school. I was super flat chested, so I could get away with like kind of like low cut shirts and stuff because it didn't matter because I didn't have any boobs to fill it out. And my grandparents put all of the pictures on the fridge, but one of my aunts or uncles, I don't know who it was, like my shirt was a little low cut, but you could see nothing because I was flat, and someone would always put a magnet right over my chest where nothing was in the first place, and I begged my grandparents to take it down, and they're like, no, it's such a beautiful picture of you. But anyways, I don't know why I'm bringing that up. I know why I'm bringing that up. Charlie had never gotten over my mom. It made me uncomfortable. I didn't want to be too early. Yeah, actually, okay, I was defending Charlie. I'm, like, taking it back a little bit. Like, I don't think he's a bad person, but, like, man, that's just, don't do that. This is supposed to be, like, a chill place for your daughter, and now I know maybe why she didn't visit you so much. You f***ing creep. Okay. Wow, I really 180'd on Charlie, huh? The sloshing of my new waterproof boots was unnerving. I missed the normal crunch of gravel as I walked. I couldn't pause and admire my truck again as I wanted. I was in a hurry to... First of all, did you only ever walk on gravel your entire life? Like... Sorry, Bella, you're telling me that, first of all, you've never walked on pavement. You've only walked on gravel. So now I'm imagining the city of Phoenix, Arizona made purely of, like, rough gravel. So I guess walking on, or that Phoenix, Arizona has no grass whatsoever. Phoenix, Arizona is a grassless wasteland. It's a sand world, and that's all she wants is just sand and gravel, I guess. You've never walked over other textures? Okay. It's like, I remember when I was training my dog, like when we were training my dog Zoe, one of the instructions we got was to make sure that she walked over different kinds of ground as she was like growing up. Make sure she walks on grass, make sure she walks on gravel, make sure she walks on sand so that she could get used to it. And apparently no one bothered to do that with Bella, and she somehow only ever walked on gravel her entire life. Okay. It's fine. And also gravel wouldn't be no, it's not fine, because gravel wouldn't be the thing that you walked on the most anyway. This doesn't make any sense, Bella. Like, I know that nothing makes sense, but like this extra doesn't make sense. It's fine. Oh man, I think I've had a bit to drink. The engine started quickly to my relief, but loudly, roaring to life and then idling at top volume. Well, a truck this old was bound to have a flaw. The antique radio worked, a plus that I hadn't expected. My car from 2008 doesn't have a working radio. Are you kidding me? Bella! There were so many trees and shrubs I couldn't see its size at first. Where was the feel of the institution, I wondered nostalgically. Where were the chain link fences and metal detectors? Okay. I've never heard anyone describe high school, like anything about high school is like the feel of the institution. Like that's never been a thing. You know what I mean? Like I've never even heard it. Bella, what the are you talking about? It was sober is me. I am sober. So sober. It's great. Inside, it was brightly lit. This is going good. Anyways, notices and awards cluttering the walls, a big clock ticking loudly, plants grew everywhere in large plastic pots as if there wasn't enough greenery outside. These assholes. Don't they see that there's green outside? They brought it inside to Bella, whenever she sees greenery, a plant, shit. And then one time for like dinner, Charlie like is like, here, like I've got some pasta and like a salad. She was like, is that greenery? There's enough greenery outside, face. I feel like I'm cursing a lot and I shouldn't be cursing a lot. We'll figure it out. By a long counter cluttered with wire baskets full of paper and brightly colored flyers taped to its front. Okay. I'm gonna fall asleep at my desk. This is so boring. She brought several sheets to the counter to show row? To show row? I'm not to show and then space ROE. Maybe I'm too drunk to understand it. Maybe it's a typo. The world will never know. The nicest car here was a shiny Volvo, and it stood out. Still, wow, I wonder whose shiny Volvo that is. Oh, wow. Everything about them has to be perfect. It's a stupid shiny Volvo. Why can't they just have a shitty car like the rest of us? Stupid fucking Collins. I do remember this Volvo. God damn. I really hope that Stephenie Meyer got like a car sponsorship, because she fucking talks about their cars so much, but in a way that someone who doesn't know cars talks about cars, and I would know because I'm someone who doesn't know anything about cars. You know what I mean? I looked at the map in the truck, trying to memorize it now. Hopefully I wouldn't have to walk around with it stuck in the front of my nose all day. I'm gonna be honest. I still have to use my GPS on my phone to like drive to work sometimes. I don't know. Stuff is hard. Thank God for the internet. I stuffed everything in my bag, slung the strap over my shoulder, and sucked in a huge breath. I can do this, I lied to myself feebly. No one was going to bite me. Get it? Because it's a because it's the funny joke. It's the funny joke in the book, because it's a vampire. And guess what? He doesn't bite her for 1,000,000 years, because it's like something about sex and blah 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 blah. Wine, angst. Oh my God. I kept my face pulled back in my hood as I walked on the sidewalk crowded with teens, with teenagers. Disgusting. Yeah, Bella. You know what, Bella? To not get noticed, honestly, you gotta keep your face back in your hood. This is the cool look for everyone who doesn't want to be noticed. That's how you do it, babe. I'm thriving. Is the book getting funnier or am I getting drunker? Tune in to find out. Hey everyone, it is Editing Alley, hours later and in the dark. So, sorry for the abrupt ending, but the next part of the video will be out in a couple of hours max, and I just want to know what you guys think. This is my first time doing anything like this. This is my first time seeing a video like this in general. I'm sure they exist, but to me, the way I viewed this was like a Let's Play. You guys watch my playthrough of a game and my commentary on it. This is my read through of a book and commentary on it. It might be a silly idea, but I had a lot of fun with it. I want to know how you guys feel. Is this something that you would be interested in more of in the future? Would you rather have me do just like short, drunk book summaries in, 20 minutes where I summarize the whole book instead of doing it, like parceling it out this slowly? Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear your thoughts, and I will see you in the next video, which will be out very soon. Goodbye.